When it comes to survival scenarios, the internet is full of theoretical discussions that rarely translate to the harsh realities of the field. What actually matters when your life depends on a firearm is not brand reputation or bench rest accuracy. It is whether that .22 caliber rifle can consistently put food in your hands after the supply chain collapses and premium ammunition disappears. After extensive field testing where temperatures dropped and fatigue set in, it became clear that bulk pack .22 long rifle ammunition is what you will realistically have to rely on. This is an objective and subjective breakdown of 6 popular platforms, evaluating how they handle the transition from ideal range conditions to brutal survival realities where trust and efficiency are everything. Number 1. Ruger 10/22 Carbine. When the carefully sorted premium ammunition runs out, and you are left with scavenged, mixed headstamp bulk pack ammunition of inconsistent quality, the Ruger 10/22 carbine simply keeps running. That defining moment cemented its place at the top of the list. Priced around an affordable $300. This legendary platform features an 18.5-inch barrel, weighs just over 5 pounds, and utilizes Ruger's famously reliable BX-1 rotary magazine system. Across 4 grueling days of testing with 6 different ammunition types, including bulk round nose, hollow points, and even heavy subsonics that choke most semi-automatics, the 10/22 never experienced a single feeding failure. This objective reliability matters far more than tiny accuracy advantages. The best survival rifle is the one that functions when the ammo is dirty or scavenged. But reliability is only half the story. The 10/22 takes the top spot because of its unmatched repairability. With 60 years of real-world use, every common failure point has been identified. The field knowledge base is so deep that people already know exactly how to keep it running if something does break. Add in the fact that it cycles heavy subsonic loads quietly, without clearing the area of game, and you have the ultimate survival tool. Number 2. Barra BXR. The Barra BXR redefines the balance between barrel length and carry weight. Usually retailing in the neighborhood of $550, this rifle completely disappears on your shoulder during long treks. It manages to run a 20-inch carbon fiber wrapped barrel, while keeping the total unloaded weight at an incredibly light 5 pounds. Usually a barrel of that length punishes the user over time, but the BXR does not, and that caloric conservation is critical. The long barrel extracts excellent velocity from standard loads while keeping subsonic ammunition strictly below the speed of sound. This results in a quiet 116 decibel report that keeps the surrounding area calm, preventing small game from scattering and allowing for follow-up opportunities. Subjectively, the precision rifling translates to remarkable predictability. In survival, having absolute confidence in where your bullet will strike is a core part of efficiency. The lightweight synthetic stock adapts beautifully to awkward, improvised field positions. The BXR earns its spot not through gimmicks, but through pure efficiency, carrying lightly, staying quiet, and conserving energy. Number 3. CZ457. If adaptability is your highest priority, the CZ457 is a masterclass in engineering. Priced closer to the $550 mark, it is a premium bolt-action rifle designed to handle an unusually wide range of ammunition. It features a cold hammer-forged 16-inch barrel and detachable magazines. While its weight sits around 6 pounds, making it heavier than some, the carrying experience remains manageable. The greatest objective discovery during the evaluation was how it handled noise and ammunition transitions. Standard velocity loads produce roughly 130 decibels, but subsonic loads through the CZ457 drop that signature to around 116 decibels. That 14 decibel difference is massive, dramatically reducing environmental disturbance. Unlike many semi-automatics, this rifle cycled subsonics without a single reliability issue. You can switch from subsonic to hypervelocity ammunition using the same magazine, and the rifle keeps moving without complaint. Originally meant for competitive shooting, its tight chamber tolerances and interchangeable barrels create a highly valuable survival tool that functions perfectly, even when you are forced to use wildly different ammunition types. Number 4. Ruger American Rimfire. This placement might frustrate rimfire enthusiasts, because the Ruger American Rimfire has an outstanding and well-earned reputation. At a price point of roughly $400, it boasts reliable rotary magazines, a cold hammer-forged barrel, and adjustable stock fitment, delivering precision that most .22 rifles struggle to match. It feels practically perfect on paper. However, the field punishes the things that spec sheets ignore. The defining issue with the American rimfire is its weight. At 6.5 pounds, it carries noticeably heavier than competitors. After miles of movement through rough terrain, that extra weight stops being a mere statistic and transforms into physical fatigue. While the rifle delivers excellent precision, the practical advantage of that precision shrinks drastically inside the realistic 40-yard food procurement distance. A survival rifle cannot quietly drain your calories every mile you carry it. On the positive side, the trigger brake remained predictable and easy to manage even with gloves in awkward positions, and the rotary magazine fed nearly every load cleanly. But ultimately, my personal verdict is that it wastes too much of the user's energy to be ranked higher as a dedicated mobile survival tool. Number 5. Savage Mark II. Moving away from semi-automatics, the Savage Mark II proves that simplicity often equals survivability. In field testing, taking a kneeling shot at 40 yards with the wind pushing hard looks nothing like the clean groups people post online. Yet the Mark II handled this transition exceptionally well. Retailing for a very accessible price of around $250 to $300, this bolt-action platform removes the major variable of semi-automatic cycling. You manage the shot, and the rifle handles the rest. The Savage Mark II runs a 21-inch barrel, weighs about 5.5 pounds. That extra barrel length is a tremendous subjective advantage when using subsonic loads, keeping the rounds stable and quiet while holding accuracy. Objectively, the ACU trigger system is a standout feature. It is adjustable from roughly 2.5 to 6 pounds, which stops being a mere target shooting luxury and becomes a true survival asset when cold hands and fatigue compromise your fine motor skills. Because the bolt-action system does not rely on ammunition pressure to cycle, the 10-round detachable magazine reliably fed every load type thrown at it, from standard and high velocity to hollow points and subsonics. It is a rugged workhorse that you can drop, scratch, and soak in the rain without changing how it behaves, offering repeatable reliability. Number 6. Henry AR-7. The concept behind the Henry AR-7 is undeniably brilliant, but its execution in a long-term survival scenario is where the debate begins. This rifle has been selling the ultimate survival fantasy for decades because of its unique design. It breaks down entirely into its own floating stock, weighs a mere 3.5 pounds, and collapses to just 16.5 inches long. Subjectively, holding this rifle gives you a sense of absolute portability that no other firearm on this list can match. Coming in at a price point of around $350, it seems like a bargain for a bug-out bag. On paper, the AR-7 fits its mission perfectly. It chambers .22 long rifle, feeds from an 8-round magazine, and features a 16-inch barrel that delivers enough velocity for ethical small game harvesting inside of 40 yards. However, survival rifles are judged on consistency, and this is where the AR-7 shows its limitations. While it cycled premium standard velocity ammunition reliably during tests, its performance became unpredictable once cheaper bulk ammunition was introduced. Unpredictability is a massive liability when you are trying to secure calories. Furthermore, while it disassembles easily, the internal components responsible for cycling are not things you can realistically fix in the dirt without proper tools. My personal assessment, the AR-7 is built for short-term emergencies where size and weight are the only priorities, not for long-term durability and punishing conditions. In conclusion, after 6 days and 6 rifles, the wilderness proved a harsh point. The best survival .22 is not the one that looks the most tactical or shoots the tightest groups from a comfortable bench. It is the rifle that keeps solving problems and putting food in your hands when the weather turns bad, the ammunition gets unreliable, and everything else stops working. That reality dictates true survival value. Now, setting aside internet hype for field reality, if the ammunition supply chain failed tomorrow, which of these platforms would you trust the most to keep yourself fed? And why?